This lesson is on section 7.1 titled Circumference and Area of Circles. So let's think about what a circle entails. So obviously you've all seen what a circle looks like, but there's different parts of the circle that I want to make you aware of. So that distance around the circle, okay, that you can think of that outside edge, okay, that distance around the circle is called the circumference, all right? The center of the circle, I know it's not a very creative name, is called the center, okay? The radius is from one edge of the circle, any edge, to the center. That's considered the radius. And then the diameter is the distance from one edge of the circle through the center to the other side of the circle. So it has to be through the center. So that's what a circle entails, and those are the important vocabulary that you need to know about a circle. Also, we need to understand that the circumference equals pi, and we talked about pi before, but that pi is that Greek number that's referred to as 3.14. As you know, it goes on and on and on and on forever, but we're just going to refer to it as 3.14 times your diameter. So in order to figure out the distance around a circle, you're going to take that number pi times the diameter. Diameter is the distance from one side through the center to the other side of a circle. So let's go through some examples. The first example says find the circumference of the circle. So let's go back to, circumference, and we can, reference this example equals pi times the diameter. Okay, so we're solving for circumference. We know pi is 3.14. You can just type that into your calculator too. Times your diameter. Diameter, again, is the distance from one side all the way to the other. And so our diameter in this question is 18. So when we type in 3.14 times 18, we're going to get 56.52, and we're going to put that in inches because that's what this unit was. So the circumference of this circle is 56 and 52 inches. My next example says find the circumference of the circle. Again, so our circumference equals pi times my diameter. Okay, so I'm solving for circumference. I know pi is 3.14. Now my diameter. Well, I know this is my radius because that's from one end to the center. Okay, that's my radius. And my diameter is actually twice my radius. So all I have to do is double this value in order to get my diameter. So I know 4.5 times 2 is going to be 9. So I know my diameter is 9. So again, it's double the radius is your diameter if you're not given what the diameter is in your problem. So when we type in our calculator 3.14 times 9, we're going to get 28.26, 28 hundredths inches. Again, we're going to use inches because that's what the unit was in the problem. So that's my circumference. Easy as that. Next, we're going to talk about area. Okay, so area is that space inside. Okay, that circle, just kind of like what we talk about with area of squares and rectangles. Again, it's that space inside. But the new information that you need to know about a circle is that an area of the circle is pi r squared, or pi times your radius to the second power. So that's what you need to know in order to solve for the area of a circle. So let's do some examples. Find the area of a circle. So I'm going to say area equals pi times my radius to the second power. Okay? So I know pi is 3.14. And in this example, I know my radius is 5. And that's to the second power. Okay. Following orders of operations, I have to do this first. 5 to the second power is 25. Bring down everything else. Again, you can type this into your calculator, 3.14 times 25. And that's going to be 78.5. And my unit's inches here, so I'm going to do inches here. So my area of this circle is 78.5 inches. Oh, and I did forget one thing. Because we're solving for area, we have to do inches to the second power. Instead of doing this, actually, I'll just write inches to the second power there, because area is always squared or to the second power. My last example, another area example. So I'm going to say area equals pi r squared. Okay, this time we're given the circumference and not the radius, so we have to be careful on that. Well, so I know area equals pi 3.14 times my radius. So I know, so from here to here is my diameter. I know that, but I know that radius is half of my diameter. So I know half of 18 is 9. So I'm going to say times 9 to the second power. A lot of sixth graders mess up and they end up putting 18 as the radius, so be really careful about that. 9 to the second power is 81, okay? So I have my area equals 3.14 times 81. And you're going to get 254.34, and that's going to be in inches to the second power because area is always to the second power. And that brings me to the end of this lesson. Again, the biggest thing you have to remember is area equals pi r squared and circumference equals pi times diameter. And you will be given these on your formula sheets, on your MCAs and on tests and things, but sometimes it's easiest to just be able to memorize these. And that brings me to the end of this lesson. Thanks for watching.